Usually you don't see games end like that. You just see kills.
We haven't seen one end like that in any of the warm-up matches that we watch. So it is something that we haven't seen yet for this tournament through warm-ups, or this first match, I guess, hasn't ended. But we are down to the final 2 squads here. That is going to be the Team 5 with those 2 members from Send Files. And they are up against, I believe that is Team 6, which is going to be Stellar 4.
So Team 6, yeah, Stellar 4, that was the team that you were talking about earlier. They've done a fantastic job, and we've seen both these teams capitalize on a lot of kill points. And so I'll be excited to see what the scores will look like, because Yautzen was doing a solid job sniping out everyone coming across here. Is Raminho on your screen will be picking up one of the drops. Nice little heal. I level up his armor, usually, and pretty nice hefty weapon there.
Yeah, we didn't see too many matches that were actually evenly matched with the same number of players up at the end of the warm-up matches yesterday either. So it's the first time we're seeing 2 full 3-man squads go up. We can see Yautzen trying to throw that sniper shot out. Throws out 2, unable to connect, though.
Yeah, and he's going to back up and join the rest of his team. And again, this is going to be a war of attrition, right? As there's the bike. The bike gets pulled out. Love the bike.
Yeah.
Yautzen biking uphill.
You got to get your cardio on.
Yeah, that's what it is. Cardio, that'll lift your oxygen levels overall.
Yeah, I mean, they're going uphill. They're doing elevation training.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So Raminho and Yautzen actually switching up the oxygen leader. And again, anytime you step outside of the zone, your oxygen tank number, which is there on the top left of your screen, you can see it next to the players, will go down. And as it goes down, the timer switches over and over again. And so every time they step outside the zone, as the game gets later and later, the zone might take 1 tick every second. It might take 2 ticks later. Right now it's taking like 5 or 6 ticks, so you don't really have that much. As Kaha and the rest of the boys getting shot at, they move up closer using the vehicle, but Dino 1 low, and Kaha and the rest of the guys are trying to step on up to the rest of the team.
Out comes the grenade. See if anything's going to connect. Audio says that it's close, but it looks like it's going to be just off. Yautzen going to ping with the lookout there. You see it on the left side of the screen. Grenade comes in. Look out! Everybody down.
Yautzen's done a solid job with the sniper. He switches on over to the FAMAS, not able to connect.
Yeah, they're looking to get these shots, but they're just unable to get those connections, as you were saying. Yautzen and these guys were just mowing people down earlier. Really interesting. So we didn't see a team with bikes do well in the end game yesterday during warm-ups. They're making great use of this and getting quick rotations as the zone is changing, and they're getting to be the first ones there. And if they can get there first and set themselves up to kind of barricade that entry into the new zone, they're going to be in a really good spot. It looks like they get prime pickings for their positions.
That's right. And team number 5, Team Rampage, they're the ones that had to use a vehicle to traverse long areas. So grappling hook, good, 1, 2, 3, but now you don't have it for another 30 seconds before you can use all 3 again. Not only do you want it to traverse the long areas, but you also want to use it in gameplay, in gunfights. And so just a nice little wrinkle here that the role play of Ring of Legion provides. But Kaha is getting taken down early. He was knocked down to the oxygen. So he ran out of oxygen. He's going to go down. Now it leads to a 2v3 situation here for team number 5.
Yeah, right now, Stellar 4 looking really good. They had the BMX bikes able to get that rotation in. They have separated, though. They have 1 player up front here and the other 2 players farther back, which is an interesting choice, but they set the trap. Trap is set off. They absolutely demolished that player, but I do believe they also had 1 go down.
Now, Patrick was able to pick up the kill. Patrick's very low, but it does lead to now a 3v1. Aggressive play here by team number 6, Stellar 4. But again, you talked about it. These are the guys that have proven it in previous tournaments. They came here to play. They came here to win. And that aggressive play pays off dividends.
Takes some blind shots into the tree. Not quite sure where that player is, and just letting the lead rain out downfield. 0 connections because he wasn't even in the same vicinity, and out into the ash. This could be a decision to just go ahead and not give them
the point.
The kill point. It looks like it's like he's decided to go ahead and deny the kill point to them. He doesn't think that he's going to be able to take this game down in the 1v2, 1v3 situation. From a overtime, the great decision. We see this in other BRs as well. This is just taking a point away from the enemy team. If you're not going to gain a point, you might as well deny them one.
Yeah, so Raminho, you can see how quickly his auction depleted. That's going to be all she wrote. Great play earlier by team number 6. It's Stellar 4 picking up the win.
It was a neighbor final moment. I love it. Teams 5 and 6, we had Stellar 4 and Exalti. But Supersonic, you had called out Team 5 specifically before we went into this.
Yeah, so I was talking with one of the guys that I know that is actually playing in the tournament tomorrow in NA, and was talking with him about previous teams, and he was really saying that that is a team you got to watch out for, and they've done well in previous tournaments, as you were just saying. They're going to be a force.
So what do you think were some of their strongest characteristics as players?
I mean, both those teams there were the teams that fragged out. They're the ones that took gunfights and won those gunfights. Again, we talked about it with Yautzen. Yautzen and his sniper did a fantastic job clearing the way for the rest of his team, and that's why it made it so easy to continually play aggressively and block out other players from getting into the safe zone. Great play there.
And you know what? I, of course, am going to be happy that a BMX squad made it into that final part and won it. So super exciting about that. Let's take a look at the final moments for anyone that might have missed it, because it was pretty tense. And as you both made a note of, when you have the 7 rounds, you have to consider things like handing over those points.
Yeah, points are going to be a big thing. And this here is playing for the long game. The tension was there. He dropped 2 players. He knew that he was in a bad situation, and he made the best that he could of it and denied the other team a point.
Yeah, not the most exciting ending here, but a very strategic play. And really, the victory comes for Stellar 4, not in that final moment, but in the moment before when they threw out a bunch of smokes. They split up and did a 2-1 split and had their aggressive player, Patrick, play up front, get the kill, and then force this 3v1 situation. And that really left no answer here for Team Rampage. And he was like, yeah, we'll take away a point.
Well, and it seems like that one is one of the differences between when you're just queuing up at home as opposed to the competitive format, taking those less risky plays for that long haul in mind. But we had some engagement early on with our star-studded team, Team Forsen, coming on through. And they looked like they were going to drop early on, but ended up passing through a bit longer.
Yeah, they kind of recognized that they were in a rough situation there right off the start and started kind of rotating out. Then they looked like they were going to go down, and they were able to get Forsen back up. Raptor to Raptor was able to make some plays. So they did well.
Yeah,
I thought they were in a rough situation.
It was a good start, right? You got to see him rotate around, take the shots. I think in this one he was trying to land the shots on a vehicle, and as soon as he did, finding success, he started getting shot from behind, and he had to force himself back to safety. But then even before that, you touched on it, Raptor the Raptor coming up huge here in this situation, but because Forsen wasn't able to get himself. Look at this. He tried to get the shots here, but not able to peek his head on over, and drops immediately. Unlucky for him. But then Raptor the Raptor coming in, getting him up, and they were able to keep rolling.
Yeah, I feel like Raptor to Raptor really showed out during these rounds and had to face off in those solo moments. So Supersonic, what do you think we can expect from him as a player for this squad moving into these future rounds?
I think he's that anchor player for them at the moment. Raptor to Raptor is going to be the kind of lifeline. He's the guy that's going to come through, pick you up, get some kills where you need them. He's going to be able to help that team through. Good teammate choice by Forsen.
Yeah, I also think that this is the first game Forsen got unlucky and got knocked early. He was forced to stay in the zone when there wasn't any way for him to get more oxygen, and I think that's an anomaly. Let's give the guy a little bit of a break. He's going to be fine. We'll get to see how he does in round 2.
And remember, everyone, the timer you see on your screen, that is the time it takes until we get into round 2. But before that even happens, we will eventually be bringing you those standings. So sit tight for those. I'm excited to see what happens. But anyone that you think might be a front runner that didn't get into that top spot, I know we saw Send Files, for instance, have really good moments in the early game.
Yeah, Send Files is going to be one of those ones that I'm still watching out for, the full squad Send Files. So Taylor Joshi and I believe that's Riobri. I'm going to be watching for them to come through. I mean, game 1, we saw it in warm-ups yesterday. You're going to have some rough games. It's Battle Royale. That's what it is. You're going to have good games. You're going to have bad games. It's how well can you maintain consistency through that and make sure that you're getting into those top spots or at least getting some high elimination games.
Yeah, for me, it's going to be Team Endpoint. Relentless was the one that got the first kill in the game, and I think